Welcome to FX Options University, recorded live at the International Securities Exchange, the world's largest equity options exchange. Join the industry's top trading professionals as they provide insight and strategies for trading in the currency markets using FX options.
Now, obviously, options are going to give you different benefits, and to me, you're also going to use them at different times. So I have a fairly unique, I think somewhat different way of doing it in that my goal, and what we're going to talk about here, is how to take advantage of sideways markets, accumulation and distribution, and be able to then look to buy, and I only buy options. I only buy puts, I only buy calls. I don't necessarily write. There's a lot of very talented traders that speak here at the ISC, and they're probably going to be better suited to tell you what to do if you are someone who wants to write options. But my goal as a speculator is to buy puts, buy calls, but use an element of market cycles and market timing to take advantage of the lowest volatility possible in the current market in order to buy that option, whether it be a put and a call or a call. And I use charts just like I would if I was trading my spot. So what you'll find is there are certain market cycles that lend themselves very well to trading options. And there are certain market cycles where I believe you're going to end up paying too much. And that's when you already want to be owning that option and take advantage of the volatility. So I'm going to show you how to recognize those cycles. I'm going to show you what we're looking to take advantage of so you know when to then basically liquidate your option. And we're going to really discuss, I think, the factors that will give you a better idea of why and when certain pairs will move. So we're going to get into some cross-market analysis. So we're going to talk about market cycles, some cross-market analysis. And I'm also trying to show you what I'm trying to capture right now is something called price movement range. So we can pinpoint some of the different volatility based upon days of the week, based upon time of the day, in the different pairs. So this is very cool information, which is why I'm trying to get this over to you. I'm hoping that I've got the shared desktop right now, Steve.
Okay, that we see about, wow, it's sort of strange because we have about maybe 60% of the correct desktop. It looks like 40% of it is that blank. I don't know how you would pull it, but to the right we're seeing blue, but on the left we see 4 charts. So I don't know if you can pull that to the right. That would be awesome if you could pull that whole pane. Otherwise, that's
okay. So you see 4 charts. Okay.
I can see 4 charts. Yep.
Okay. And actually, you might see even more now.
No, because your whole pane is only 60% of our window. Oops, now I see, yeah, we still see 60%, but now we see 6 charts and a whole bunch of stuff. That's probably sufficient. That's fine.
Okay, okay. And what I want to show you is actually a browser screen. So I'm hoping this browser is showing up now.
Yep, on top of it, though, but that's, like we see price, yep, Autochartist.com, correct?
Yep, that's the one. Okay.
Okay.
So as long as everybody can see this graph, that's what I want to be able to share with you all. And if anybody here wants any chart images later on, and again, I apologize for the tech issues here. That's all me. I have a kind of unusual trading setup here. What I want to give you real quick is my email address. You can contact me if you want any of these images sent to you, or if you have any questions. So if you got your pen and paper handy, you can send your emails to RAGHEE, HOR, N as in Nancy, NER, so it's Raghee Horner, blog, B-L-O-G, at gmail.com. Okay, so again, it's my first name, Raghee, my last name, Horner, the word blog, B-L-O-G, at gmail.com. And I'll be happy to send you any of these images, or if you have any questions, shoot them my way. All right, so when I am trying to determine which pair I'm going to be looking at options in. One of my first criteria is understanding what the volatility will be in that market. Now realize when you're looking at different pairs, you're talking about different characteristics, okay? So you have to understand what might be a quiet, range-bound market, for example, in the dollar-yen, could be very different if you're looking at another pair like the euro-US dollar or so forth. So you're basically, most of the people that I talk to that are jumping over into FX options might be coming from a spot background. So if you have any questions about making that transition, just let me know. Because that's really a large majority of people that I'm talking to right now where they're saying, look, there's just too much craziness going on in the spot world. We want to have something that's a little bit more stable. We love this kind of securities exchange traded idea. The options give us a totally different feel for risk management, and I get that. There's a number of reasons why I think the transition, or adding it to, you don't have to necessarily supplant what you're doing, but certainly, at very least, supplement what you're doing. So again, I'm going to be talking from this perspective of most people I know and talk to you about the options coming from the spot world, okay? So you'll see our symbols are set up a little bit differently than you might be used to seeing because of the way that the FX options are. So if I'm looking at the euro-US dollar, okay, I can look at the EUU. Okay, I can look at the EUU, or I can look at the EUI. Okay, so remember, if you're looking at that EUI, you're looking at the dollar-euro, the US dollar versus the euro. If you're looking at the EUU, that's a little bit more in that way that you're probably familiar with in the spot world, the euro-US dollar. But regardless, the typical price movement range for the euro-US dollar is somewhere in the vicinity of, to the upside, about 150 pips, to the downside, just under 80 at about 70 pips or so. Now, why is this information important? Again, when you're trying to recognize characteristics of volatility specific to the pair that you want to trade an option within, okay? Specific to the pair that you want to trade an option within, it's very powerful to understand what these price movement ranges are. So compare that, okay? Compare that to the Japanese yen, the dollar yen. So if you're trading the US dollar Japanese yen, that would be the YUK. It's in the same format that we'd be used to it from the spot world. The transition's very easy. And again, I want to emphasize to everybody, I think that it's very important at this point in the history, if you will, of Forex in the U.S., that you be ready. Okay, I'm talking to you trader to trader here. I think it's very important that you be ready for the kind of strangeness, okay, let's keep it at that we're likely to see over the next few years. And having this exchange-traded option as an alternative is going to be very important. And there are specific times that I think you're much better off in the option than you are the underlying spot market, which is why I mentioned supplementing your current activity with these options. So if you're looking at the YUK, notice the price movement range here. Now notice I'm looking at a 6-month sample. So this is basically going back 6 months and giving me price movement range. This is obviously the number of pips per day, and I'm looking at an average of about 70 pips, and the average is that band going across the green bar. The band is about 70 pips. To the upside, I'm looking at about 110. To the downside, about 40. Now, on any given day, how do I determine where along the price movement range I'm going to be? For example, on that dollar yen, I could be somewhere near 110, and on the low end, I could be somewhere near 40. How do I know where I'm going to be? Well, the easiest is to use that average. So I know 70 is going to be the average. But when do I know I'm going to creep up closer to 110 or creep down closer to 40?
Get trading ideas, exchange rates, webinars, news, and commentary. Visit www.fxoptions.com. ISE FX options can be easily traded through all options-enabled brokerage accounts.